Today, we are going to practice the sounds of 6 letters with the game Look, Think, Say. Before that, we're going to review the heart words that we'll be learning in this unit.
In this unit, we will learn 3 more heart words. Remember, heart words are words we will learn and know by heart. Some of these words have tricky parts that we have to remember, but we can read some of the parts using our phonics knowledge. The heart words in this unit are said, come, and down. Let's look at them now.
Said. S-e-d. Said. We need to remember the second part of this word by heart. S is spelled with the letter S. E is spelled with 2 letters, A and I. D is spelled with the letter D. S-e-d. S-A-I-D. Said.
Come. K-a-m. Come. We need to remember 2 parts of this word by heart. K is spelled with the letter C. Is spelled with the letter O. M is spelled with the letter M. There is also the letter E at the end of this word that doesn't spell any sound. K-a-m. C-O-M-E. Come.
Down. D-ow-n. Down. We need to remember the second part of this word by heart. D is spelled with the letter D. Ow is spelled with the letters O-W. N is spelled with the letter N. D-ow-n. D-O-W-N. Down.
Don't forget, some of our heart words have tricky parts that we need to remember. Learning heart words is easier when we know which parts to know by heart.
Now let's practice some of our letter sounds with the game Look, Think, Say. Remember, this red dot tells us to stop what we are doing so that we can listen to the letter and its sound. This is the letter A. We're going to do our short vowel sounds with our vowels today. Okay, its short vowel sound is ah. This yellow dot tells us to think about that sound. And with the green dot, we can say it together. Ah. This is the letter H, and it says, think about that. Let's say its sound. Good. Make sure you're saying the sound with me when the green dot comes up. This is the letter I. It says, I. Let's say it together. I. This is the letter M. It says, mm. Let's say it together. Mm. This is the letter L, and it says ul. Let's say it together. Ul. These are letters Q, U. Together, they make the sound qua. Say it with me. Qua. Now, in our next game, when you see the letters pop up, you're going to say its sound. Okay, we'll do them together. Make sure you're saying it with me. Qua. Mm. O. I. A. A. I. Good. Now, in our next game, you'll see 3 letters on the screen. When you see the red dot, you'll stop and look at the 3 letters. When you see the yellow dot, you'll think about the letters and try to remember their sounds. And then when you see the green dot, we'll say the sounds out loud together. Stop and look. Think. Say them with me. A. I. Ul. Stop and look. Think. I, A, O. Stop and look. Think. A, I, Qu. Stop and look. Think. A, Qu. Stop and look. Think. I, Stop and look. Think. A, Stop and look. Think. I, Qu. Stop and look. Think. A, Qu. Stop and look. Think. A, Good. Now we're going to play a game called Read a Row. When we see a bunch of letter tiles in a line, we call that a row. Okay? Now when the first box disappears, I'm going to say pause, and you're going to pause the video after the box disappears so that you can see the letters. And you are going to say the letter sounds as they pop up in the row. Now you'll have a partner to help you, and they're going to be your checker. And they're listening to make sure we say all our letter sounds correctly. Now, before you click play again, you're going to have your checker listen and give you a thumbs up if we said all of the letter sounds correctly. And if we made a mistake, they'll put their thumb to the side and help us fix that mistake. Once your checker has given you the thumbs up or the thumbs to the side, then you can click play on the video, and then we'll do the next row. So I'm going to allow you some time to go grab your partner if they're not already here. So when I say pause, you can pause the video and go grab your partner. Ready? Pause. Good. Now that you've got your partner, let's get ready to read our first row. Partners who are checking, we are doing the short vowel sounds. So A will say a, and I will say I. All right, checkers, make sure you're ready. All right, student, make sure you're ready too. As soon as I say pause, you will pause the video, say the letter sounds, have your checker check. And once your checker has checked, then you may click play on the video again. Ready? Pause. Nice job. Now let's go to the next one. Ready? Pause. Very good. Let's try the last row. Ready? Pause. Very good. Now we'll click on through. All right. You don't need your partner for this part, but you will need them again at the end of their lesson, so don't let them go too far. All right. We're going to learn to read some new heart words today. Remember, when you see the red dot, it tells us to stop and look and listen to the word. This is the word said, as in the teacher said we could line up. Think about that word. Let's say it together. Said. Good. This is the word come, as in my friend will come to my house. Think about this word. Let's say it together. Come. This is the word down, as in I rolled the ball down the hill. Think about this word. Let's say it. Down. Good. This is the word say, as in I have something I need to say. Think about the word. Let's go ahead and say it. Say. This is the word this, as in I will sit at this table. Think about the word. Let's say it together. This. This is the word have, as in I have a donut. Think about this word. Let's say it together. Have. Good. In our next game, we're going to have our sight word or our heart word pop up on the screen. We'll say them together as they pop up. Make sure you're saying them with me. This. Said. Down. This. Come. Say. Down. Have. This. Good. In our next game, we'll see 3 heart words come up on our screen. When you see the red dot, you're going to stop and look at the 3 heart words. When you see the yellow dot, you're going to think about those heart words and try to remember them. Finally, when we see the green dot, we'll say each heart word together. Stop and look. Think. Let's say them together. Said, say, come. Stop and look. Think. Down, said, say. Stop and look. Think. Said, this, said. Stop and look. Think. This, come, come. Stop and look. Think. This, say, have. Stop and look. Think. Have, down, said. Stop and look. Think. Come, down, say. Stop and look. Think. Oops, clicked a little too early. We'll have our green dot pop up now. Let's say them together. Down, said, say. Stop and look. Think. Down, have, this. Stop and look. Think. This, say, come. Good. Now for this next part, we're going to do the same thing we did with our letter sounds, but with our heart words. So I'm going to say pause in just a bit, and you can go ahead and get your partner. Ready? Pause. Good. Now that you've got your partner, let's get ready to read a row of heart words. All right. Remember, checkers, you are listening to make sure they're saying each heart word correctly. When they finish, you're going to give them a thumbs up if they said them all correctly. If they made a mistake, that's okay. Give them a thumbs to the side and help them fix their mistake. Once your checker has checked, then you may click play on the video again, and we'll do the next row. Ready? Pause. Good. Now let's look at the next row. Ready? Pause. Very good. Let's look at the last row. Ready? Pause. Awesome work today. Wonderful job with phonics. Good job reading those rows. And thank you to your checkers.